I have a curse. And today I wanted to talk about that curse. And for any of you that share a similar curse or maybe the exact same one, excuse me, I wanted to talk about it because hopefully we can empathize with each other and we can understand. And this curse, I believe that this curse was given to me by the dice gods, okay, from D&D. So, what is this curse, Ashling? What the hell are you talking about? What's going on here? What is this video? What is this? What is happening? I don't know. Ah! So, this curse. I don't know if any of you have ever felt like this before, but I have said this before, but I'm mostly a dungeon master. Most of the time I DM. All right, I'm not quite a forever DM, but I'm like a 97% DM, which arguably is a forever DM. But when I do get to play, especially in campaigns, I get incredibly excited. And I get so excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. I can't wait. I'm so grateful. Thank you, like, to the DM. And, you know, usually the DMs that I also play with, they also get excited. And they send me, like, the world lore and all the information. And I make my character with them. And I spend hours and hours on this character. Like, I write pages and pages of backstory as long as they're okay with it. I obviously check with them first. I'm like, I'm not just gonna, do that off rip, right? I'm not gonna be like, here you go, you didn't ask for this. And, I work hard on designing my character. A lot of the time I'll also make art for my character. I'll think about, like, my build because, like, character builds is a very important part of the game for me, at least. It's something I really enjoy. And basically, I put a lot of time and hours and energy into this character. And then we go and we play the game, and it's great, and it's great, and it's so good. And then we have a couple more sessions, and it's still good. It's still good. It's still good. But I don't know, maybe stuff starts happening. Maybe we're playing less. Maybe people aren't showing up. And then we hit level 3. All right. And I'm talking about, we're starting level 1 here. We're starting between levels 1 and 3. Okay. And then we hit level 3 and maybe we do 1 or 2 more sessions and then the game stops. It just stops. And then for every long-term campaign that I have been a part of, every single one, every fucking single one, I shit you not, when we get to level 3, it just stops. There's no more. Even though, even if all the players want to play, even if the DM wants to play, it just doesn't work anymore. I don't know why that is. I think it's something that really frustrates me and it makes me feel like, I'll never actually be able to complete a campaign unless I'm the DM, because when I'm the DM, like, that just doesn't happen, I suppose. I make sure people are there and we get our shit together. Look, don't get me wrong, finishing a long-term campaign is hard, but we're gonna get past level fucking 3, you know what I'm saying? Even if it takes some time, even if players stop playing or we have to get new players or change out players, like, it's gonna happen most of the time when I'm DMing, and that's something I make sure of. And I feel like as a player, you have a lot less control over that. And I think sometimes that can really frustrate me because then I feel like I'm cursed and I feel like I have no control over the situation. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do because I can't do anything. And it feels super helpless because I just want to play the fun, silly little imagination game with my friends and I can't. And I'm not blaming the DMs necessarily. But I think a skill that I think is really important for DMs to learn is how to be able to manage people properly if you want your games to actually run long term. Because this is something I've just experienced quite a lot, and as a player, it's incredibly frustrating to me. I don't know if any other DMs have this issue or even any other players. I would really like to know your thoughts in the comments below. I just kind of wanted to talk about this because I was like, ah. So, yeah, because sometimes I think it is the player's faults, sometimes it's the DM's fault, sometimes it's a combination of both. And a lot of the times I think life just gets in the way, but really you just have to make sure that life doesn't get in the way. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's one of those things where, like, if you can't do weekly, don't do weekly. If you can't do every other week, don't do that. If you can do monthly, then do that. You have to find what works for you in your schedule, and you also have to be willing to be like, you know, I know it sucks, but you got to be willing to be the bad guy. You got to be like, hey, you haven't shown up for 8 games. Like, what's happening? Are you still going to play or you're not going to play? Because this is crazy and I can't do this anymore. So it's either you're in, you're out, or we work to find another solution. You know, you gotta be the bad guy boss bitch sometimes. And I think a lot of DMs don't want to do that. They don't. But if you want your games to keep going, you gotta learn how to do that. And I think it's a really important skill to have. Um, because otherwise your games are not gonna run and you're never gonna finish. And then you're gonna have people, I think, kind of like me, who just feel like they never actually get a chance to play and they spend probably way too much time on their characters and then they feel like they can never use those characters again. But maybe that's just a me problem and maybe this is all in my head and maybe I'm crazy, but I kind of really just wanted to get my thoughts out here. So, cuz I just wanted to see if, like, I'm the only one this happens to, because I feel like I'm not. And I feel like it happens to a lot of people. But literally every time it's level 3. I don't know why. That's why I say I'm cursed, because it's level 3 every time. Look, I've played one-shots above level 3. I've never had a campaign go above level 3, because everyone I've played, we've started levels 1 and 3. And at level 3, it ends. Every time. Every time. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. And it's so annoying. It's so frustrating to me. I can't even... I'm just... every time, no matter what, whether it's a stream game, home game, whatever the fuck it is, like, why, that's it. Basically, okay, I guess I should actually talk about some tips now rather than just complaining. If you stuck around this long to listen to me fucking rant, thanks, appreciate it. Tips, I would have ways to work around your player schedule. Something that I do is, if I have the majority of my players, then we run the game. If I have 3 out of 4 players, we're running the game. If I have 2 out of 3 players, we're running the game. If I have 3 out of 5, I might not run, depending, but usually if I have 4 to 5, I'll run. Like, if we're missing someone, we're probably still going to run anyway. And obviously as the DM, it sucks and you feel shitty because that doesn't apply to you. And when you as the DM have to miss, your players don't get to play. And that fucking sucks. But as the DM, you just have to make sure that, hey, I'm missing, so we're going to play this here instead. Like, as the DM, you have to be on top of your scheduling shit. You have to know what's happening. You have to know what's going on. You have to know when people aren't going to be there. And you have to, sometimes you got to pester them, okay? And it's really annoying and it's tedious, but then at least you get to play the fucking game. Because it's true. It's true. And this is just my rant video. That's all this is. So something else that I want to talk about is also players. If you're a player and you know that you can't be reliable, don't sign up to play the fucking game. Or if you know that you can't be reliable, tell that to the DM ahead of time. Figure something out with them if you still want to play. Have a character that pops in and out. Or be a sidekick, like play a sidekick character that's not like a actual PC. Like, there's so many things that you can do. And you can get creative with it that still allow you to play, but that way the party can still play without you when you're not there. So you don't have to be there every session. So that way, like, they're not playing because as a player you're missing all the time, and that's not cool. Or if you just need to take a break from the game for a while, if you're like, hey, I got shit going on in my life, I can't be there right now, then tell your DM that. Tell it to them, and be like, hey, this is how it is, okay? But, you know, what you also could do is be like, I do want to play when I come back if you guys are still playing, and then just tell them that, and they'll be like, okay, cool, let's figure out something that, like, why you would leave. Like, why would your character leave? Why is it important that they not be here right now, you know? What do they have going on in your life? It's all about fucking communication, and I think people have a better time. They can communicate in-game stuff, but I think when it comes to IRL, like scheduling stuff, I think sometimes that's really hard and it's more difficult for people, and it just fucking sucks, but it's so annoying and it frustrates me so much to no ends. So learn how to talk about your shit so you aren't being an asshole. And I've been an asshole sometimes. Sometimes I forget, and sometimes stuff comes up and I have to cancel last minute. And it's true. And it fucking sucks, but I really try my best not to do it. But I understand that it happens all the time. But just communicate your shit, bro. Okay? All right? Especially if you're a DM and then your campaign just kind of like poo-poos out. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes campaigns fizzle out. But I don't know, probably more than 6. At least more than 6 campaigns. All right, this level 3 curse has happened to me, and I think I'm just fed up. I'm just fucking fed up. Does anyone else deal with this? Please, please, if you do, talk to me, please. I want to know. That's basically it. That's basically it. Just communicate, be on top of your shit. If life stuff comes up, tell your players that. Or players, tell your GM that, okay? People are usually pretty understanding, you know? It's fucking life. Life is hard and shit happens, but you gotta talk about it and be open about it and be okay with taking breaks and coming back and doing all this stuff. You don't just have to like take a break and never come back, but the amount of like, it's about also setting a date of when you're gonna come back. Here's another tip. This is really important. If you are like, we have to take a long-term break from this campaign, sit down, look at your calendar, really think about how long that fucking break is going to be, and either be like, okay, this break is going to be 6 months. I still want to continue this game. I'm going to check in a few months if you guys still want to continue this game, and here's the date we're going to come back. It's right fucking here. Here it is. Or be like, hey guys, this break is going to be 6 months. That's a little bit too long for me. Are you okay if we maybe stop playing? You know, maybe if we fizzle out the campaign. Maybe we can do another session or two, find out like maybe a reason there's the party split or whatever it is. Or if you guys really want to keep playing, I'm okay if maybe you even find another DM. Maybe if you still want to play as a party, whatever, but I just can't do this anymore, you know? You know? Do you guys, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Ah! This video is just me screaming into the void, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and like. I really think that's it. I just had to get my thoughts out there because I think this has been bothering me for a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed my level 3 curse. So subscribe, like, I'll see y'all next time. Ashling and Chadlings are now ass busting off. Bye.